welcome to pay-to-play impressions for Moonlighter. Well, the reason it's for pay-to-play impressions is because I decided that I don't want to go in and continue to play this game. The reason is because I found the progression a bit too slow for my liking, but then I can see while some people who really like roguelite games will go in and say like, yeah, this is perfectly fine for me. Here we are, we loaded into the game, and I'm just gonna show you immediately. You can see that from the top, you can see the game runs perfectly fine. There's no issues. Well, why would be, right? When you go into the graphics sections of the game, there's not much there, but not much to discuss, and not much not to customize. The game runs really well. So what the game is? Well, it's a roguelite top-down game with a store management mechanic. Now, there's no permadeath in this game. If you die, you just kind of spewed out from the dungeon and you can go ahead and try again. So that way it's kind of great, but at the same time it's not a roguelike. It's more like a roguelite of a game. The way I think Tool Biscuit defined the differences. So here we are. I have my store. I can go ahead, look at my inventory stuff right here. You can see visually it's all, again, old-timey nostalgic type of approach. There's also the night cycle in the game. I'm just gonna go exit right now. I believe it's night right now. So there it is. It's we at night, and as you can see, everything's pretty visible. Everything easy to understand. What's where, who, how. Right? No problems. There's also NPCs in the game. They usually walk around. One there. There's one other one there. Right? If you talk to them, they'll give you some tips about the game. Just gonna go proceed from here. There's another one, another guy sitting there. And here's the dungeons. So I'm gonna go into one of the dungeons. There's an expansion to this game that adds even more dungeons. I think right now it has 5, and the expansion adds another one. I don't have the expansion. So here we are. This is a randomly generated dungeon. Again, you can clearly see who the enemies are, what stuff in the dungeon. From that perspective, no problems. In terms of performance, as you can see, again, no problems there. Easy to run. And so let's go ahead and see what the game is about. Well, the first section of the game is this. You actually is doing the dungeon crawling. That's the first section of the game. And once you kill off the enemies, they drop stuff. So I'm just gonna switch to a different weapon. And I also have, you see there, it's like a pet that helps me fight the enemies. Also can find stuff hidden in the jars. The pets you find in the dungeon, they come as an egg. The egg eventually hatches, and that's how you get the pet. The pets, there's different pets that do different things. And here's the stuff I find in the dungeon. Switch a few things around, because the stuff that's like there on my person will remain with me even if I die. Stuff that's in inventory will be dropped if I get killed. So for that reason, I usually try to place more valuable stuff on my person. So now we're gonna continue on to go ahead and get more items for our store, because we want to sell more stuff. There we go. And this guy's, I don't. Come on, come at me. There, right? Good. I don't really have that much stuff yet. See if I can. Well, I guess my pet will take care of that one. Oh, I did. There we go. We pick up more items. There. More stuff. And there's only one exit now, so this section of the dungeon is closed, so we can go back now. And I'm just gonna go wander right now through the dungeon itself, while I'm collecting things, so I'm just gonna go here, look, see, like, what do I have? Do I have enough stuff here to really kind of pay for the dungeon visit? And the reason I say pay for the dungeon visit, because if I want to get out of dungeon while I'm alive, if you're dead, you automatically spewed out of the dungeon. But if I want to leave the dungeon while alive, I need to pay for that, and that's about 200 gold. So I need to make sure that I collect enough stuff for 200 gold. Eventually, that's not a problem. As you get better gear, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be able to go ahead and through the dungeon, no problems without dying much. And so damn it. Use up my health potions. This guy is really annoying. It's alright. I'm just so concentrated on killing it. There you go. Now, well, I said I'm gonna concentrate on killing the other one, but I didn't need to. So I'm just gonna. Oh, I ran out of health potions apparently. So it looks like at this point, it's it's a good thing to leave the dungeon because, well, I ran out of health potions. I don't want to die, so I'm just gonna leave the dungeon right there. Dungeon will just spew me out. Gonna tell me here's what you got, here's what your inventory, but by the way, it's like your progression and so on. And then I just go to town. So here's the second part of the game. The second part of the game is the store management. So the difference is that unlike, let's say, in other games where you know all the stuff that you got in your dungeon, you would go and find a store and go to store clerk there and sell it there. No, you don't do that here. What you do is you enter your own store and you sell stuff in your own store. Here I have stuff here. I decided, okay, now I'm gonna sell all this and I'm gonna put it here. And as I'm putting items here, I can open up this book that keeps track of things and tells me, by the way, demand for this, as you can see on the right, it says popularity. It's a demand for this is neutral, and usually it sells, 160 people will be happy, 170 people will not be so happy, 200 people will be really unhappy and not gonna buy it. Right, so this is different emotions that your customers will elicit while you are selling stuff. So that way you kind of can understand if you need to raise or lower the prices, and also the book will keep track of that for you, so that you don't need to kind of try to remember to memorize it yourself. So there you go. I'm gonna sell this. Actually, I'm gonna leave this behind because I think that's pretty useful. This I'm gonna sell off. This is I'm gonna sell. All right. So here it says that the actually demand for this is high. So therefore that means I can actually raise the price for now. For this, let's say I'm gonna put 130 because maybe that, or maybe no, let's do 125 just in case. Maybe it's not that high. I don't want people get upset about it. Right? These things I will not sell. You can combine them together. The reason I don't want to sell them is because I can actually use them for potions, and I'll show you the crafting system later. So what else we can sell? Well, we can sell this stuff. It's really junkish. Demand for it is high though. Everybody wants that junk, so let's raise the price for it, and same thing here. You can also sell off the stick. Not much there, and this piece of cloth also high demand, so we can raise the price. There we go. We have items on the tables now, and we go ahead and open the store. Now I have to be physically in the store to sell stuff. I cannot just go ahead and leave and do something else and the store will sell stuff for me. No, that's not gonna happen. I have to be here because I operate the cash register. And there's only so long that people will actually wait in line before they decide, no, I'm not waiting any more longer in line. Well, there's a guy actually here that will try to steal from me, so I need to keep an eye on him. At the same time, I need to make sure I'm operating the cash register. And he still stole that item. Or did he? No, I got it back. Okay, good. Let's put it back. Alright. What was a too low a price they were saying? See, so like I said, the emotions tell you what people think of items that you're selling. There we go. And now we sold everything in the store that I have. You can always, if you wander longer through the dungeons, you can always get more stuff to sell. Right now I'm closing the store. So here it is. We get a summary that tells us how much we sold for, 2,844, which is, you're gonna say like, well, that still seems to be pretty good. Well, no, not really. It's a lot of things cost a lot in the game, so this is not pretty much a high sale. Now the store could be modified. Like this is an expanded store. Like I expanded it once. That's why I have 4 tables that I can sell on. Before I only had one set of 4. Sorry, I have 2 sets of 4 tables. 2 sets of 4 tables. There's also other items you can put in the store that will make it easier for, say, for you to sell at higher prices, or it will allow you to sell things that are cheaply, quickly at discount, so you can get rid of things. You can also put items that will make people wait longer in line and so on. So there's all those different items that you have available to you that you can modify, that you can buy from other vendors and enhance your store. So let's talk about a bit other vendors. So there are other vendors here, and the way you get them is that you have to actually pay for them. So if I go here and say investments in the town, here's other different vendors, right? So if I want a banker, I need 70,000. Like I said, things cost a lot. I have this guy, which is another hawker, which sells stuff that modify my store, just 20,000. There's also this guy called the retailer, and he costs a bit less. And these 2 guys I bought very quickly. So besides that, of course, there's also other things that are available, and that is ability to modify the store itself. Here I can buy stuff for the store, which will increase the amount of money I make, increase the size of the store, as you can see, the storage and so on. So all this is also available. That way it's kind of adds a certain depth to the game, but you do have to grind a lot to get those items because they do cost a lot. And additionally, you also have crafting mechanics. So you do have, like I said, other vendors in here, but they don't really do much vending as they do crafting. So if this guy is a blacksmith, he will make armor for you, again at quite a high prices, and to do so he requires certain inputs. As you can see, he says, well, I need that, then certain items, and once you bring those items to that person, you pay, you get a new, better item. Now it's possible to craft items and sell them, but I'm not sure if it's economically feasible because I haven't tried that. I haven't got that far in the game, because to me it seems the price is going to be so high to craft an item that to sell it you'll have to really also charge a very high price for it to make it worth it, because also the price of ingredients and stuff that you sacrificed to craft it. So to me that seems a bit maybe not reasonable, but I guess it's still possible. So here's another person who crafts potions for me. I'm just gonna go craft some potions. There we go. I got 5 more potions now, and I'm just gonna put them into my inventory. There we go. So overall, this is the game. There's nothing really much more to do it. At the same time, it's also deep enough because as you expand your story, you also get offered more services and stuff like that, and as a result, you will now be kind of in situations where you're gonna be deciding, what do I do? Do I sell things, items, or do I use them for crafting? Do I get better armor to stay longer in the dungeon, or do I sell things right now to get, let's say, some other services available to me, and so on. So this kind of additional economic management is what I really liked about the game, besides you know, the actual dungeon crawling, which was kind of interesting in a way, although I'm not great liker for the control scheme, which is mostly keyboard. And let's talk about that. That's actually my biggest, well, besides the slow progression, my biggest issue with the game was that when I started in the main menu, it doesn't tell me the control scheme. And there's no way to control the menu with a mouse. And I'm on PC. Now, I understand that the game can be played with an Xbox controllers, which is great, fine. Great if you have them. No, I do. But this is a PC game, so the primary mode of control that I will be looking at would be mouse and keyboard. And as I enter the game, the main menu, I have no idea even how to navigate the menu. I had to look this up. I'm like, I got the WSD keys were for movement, but the fact that JKL keys were the ones that you used to select and cancel items and stuff like that were part of it, I didn't know. I had to Google it. And that's not exactly the best way to start the game off, is get people stuck on the main menu. But overall, it's a very good game. And I think the reason it's a very good game is because of this economic management of the store that I like, the demand supply system that's available here, you know, the ability to tweak the prices and so on. Really like that. It's also a very cool game. It's not very cool, I would say it's just a cool game because of the concept of mixing the dungeon crawling together with the store management. The game is available on Xbox Game Pass for those of you who have a subscription, so you can download it there and play it there. Alright, thank you for watching and for listening. If you like this video, please like it. If you didn't like it, don't like it, and please subscribe.